What's up, guys? It's Basic Twink here, and welcome back to my channel. So I want to start a series on my channel called Cheap Face. CHEAP, Cheap Face. And so today on Cheap Face, LA Colors Edition, we'll be doing just a full face, like I said, of LA Colors. I did a huge Shop Miss Dollar Tree haul. Just anywhere I can get my hands on some very cheap makeup to start this series on my channel. So this will be the first episode into it. So starting off, all I'm doing is moisturizing my face with my normal everyday moisturizer because I like to have something, a base, before I start putting a full face of makeup on, especially if I've never used the makeup before. I have used LA Colors before, but I've actually never used any of their foundations. So this is just my Neutrogena face moisturizer. It's the gel cream one for extra dry skin because I'm dry. But yeah. Anyways, so hopping into it again with the makeup, I'm going to take my dual-ended e.l.f. brush and this LA Colors all matte palette. They did just come out with a whole bunch of all matte palettes, which I love. But this one's in tweed, and I actually got that from Dollar General for $1.49. And I'm just going to take the darkest brown in that palette and the black. And I'm just going to tap into that black so that I can get kind of like my perfect, not so perfect brow shade. Y'all know I've had some bad brow jobs. If y'all hear a baby in the background, it is my 1-year-old, so don't mind her. You know, I am a mommy. But yeah, so can we say a big shout out to me for learning how to speed through these videos? No one told me when I signed up for YouTube that editing was going to be this hard. I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't know it was going to be this hard. But I figured it out, y'all. I did. So, but I love what I do, and I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm getting it. Y'all know I'm getting it. I'm trying. But anyways, so finishing up those brows, just filling them in, making sure that I'm not going too ham with the black, and they're all done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this foundation in True Beige, which that one came from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use it to carve out my eyebrows at the bottom. That is a flat concealer brush, and that one's from Shop Miss, and it's a Prenessa brush. I want to say Prenessa's, e.l.f., and AOA Studio brushes are the only brushes that Shop Miss sells. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring it all the way down to my eyelid just so I can have a nice base, and I'm just gonna make sure it blends all out and it's not chunky with my Real Technique sponge. And that's the AOA Studio brush, and I'm taking the lightest shade in that tweed palette and just rubbing it all in, buffing it all in. So that is actually a eyeliner stick, eyeliner pencil stick, whatever you want to call it, and just in white, and it's from LA Colors as well. Everything will be from LA Colors. And I'm just rubbing that all in, and then I'm gonna buff it out with that same AOA Studio brush, just so I can have, like I said before, just so I can have a nice base to put these very bright colors I'm gonna put on my eyes. When you'll see soon, okay? You'll see soon. Alrighty. I will say I love that eyeshadow pencil. That is everything. If y'all were wondering, that was worth my coins. This is another all matte eyeshadow palette. This one's called Magnificent. And I want to let you know, your eyes are not deceiving you. Your computer screen is not deceiving you. I am taking the double-ended sponge applicator and using it. Sometimes with these cheaper eyeshadows, just to be safe, I use it because I feel like companies put what they know is going to work for their product in their product. Does that make sense? Like, this is legitimately me starting from the bottom, but I still love to do it. If I just put the colors on there and then buff it out with a brush, then that's what I do. And that's actually what I end up doing in this video. But ain't nothing wrong with using the sponge applicator. Whatever works for you, and this is what works for me. And if I can help you out along the way, then hey. So this is an LA Colors brush actually. This brush is amazing. This is one of the first brushes I've ever bought and or ever bought. I don't think bought is a word, y'all. But it's one of the first blending brushes I ever bought. Just brush period that I've ever bought. And I actually got that from Dollar General. It came in a 2-pack. It came with the packing brush and that brush. And I don't know if they still sell them or not. It's been a couple of years. I don't know. But so now hopping into my eyeliner. If you are just starting off in winged eyeliner, this LA Colors liquid liner is just liquid liner in black. Is the best liquid liner to use. It doesn't pick up a crap ton of product that's gonna like just have eyeliner everywhere and be very overwhelming. The brush is very thin and easy to work with, and I love it. It's pretty much holy grail for me at this point. So yeah, love that. Look at that. The power of editing. Look at me figuring out how to do stuff. I'm learning, y'all. So this foundation is in the color tan. It looked so dark in the bottle, but when I actually put it on my face, it came out pretty good, you know? So far in this video, while I have a little time, while I'm about to buff it out, and y'all don't make fun of me. I was just sniffing it. It kind of has a weird medicine smell, but while I'm putting this foundation on my face, I just want to let you know, so far, everything in this video, the eyeshadow pen, on both eyeshadow palettes, the eyeshadow pen, have all been worth my coins. Like, period, point blank. They've all been pretty good. I mean, they're really good for $1. I mean, that eyeshadow was way more pigmented than I thought it was gonna be, especially for it to be $1 and it be in it. I mean, it's just a cheap eyeshadow and it was all matte. Usually mattes that are made by cheaper eyeshadow companies are very chalky, and that one was okay. Now, to this foundation, it was a sheer coverage, but it was buildable. So you see I did add 2 layers. And it came out okay. I'm not mad at it. And then I'm just going to use that, go back to that True Beige foundation and use it as a concealer, or really just a brightener, because it didn't really conceal much. It just brightened me up, which is honestly what I wanted. I just wanted to be brightened up. And I just take my Real Technique sponge, which I love. Anytime y'all see me using this, I love this sponge. I could use it for everything. But I'm just going to blend that out. Then I'm going to take just this pressed powder. And I got this from Dollar Tree, actually. And it's in the color nude. That's the only color they had, was nude. And I'm just going to first just tap it everywhere with my sponge that I apply the quote unquote concealer, and then I'm gonna go back into it with my flat top kabuki brush and just kind of tap it into the rest of my face, just because I felt like, first, I guess because it's hot outside now, all of a sudden my skin decides it wants to be oily. I'm usually really dry, but now I'm really dry and I'm oily, and this foundation was a little juicy. Does juicy make sense? Do y'all know what I mean by juicy? I don't even know if I should be using juicy on YouTube. I don't care. I'm using it. But it was a little juicy, and I just wanted to make sure it didn't run away from me. But this is baked. This is bronzer in baked. This is LA Colors bronzer in baked. Why can't I talk? And it was a little orangey, but it came out looking okay. I mean, this was in my eyes, y'all, this is me. This is Twinkle 24/7. This is a wearable look for me. I know some of y'all like, you have blue and purple eyeshadow on your eyeballs. Yes, I do. But this was actually a wearable look for me. So, yeah. And, I mean, as far as the bronzer is concerned and the eyes. But now I'm starting to get this nose contouring thing down. I just gotta make sure I use the right combination of brushes. But yeah, I'm gonna hop back into that Magnificent palette, and I'm gonna take this Elf smudger brush, and I'm going to just kind of buff it underneath. Put a little bit of something down there, just so it don't look all dry and whatnot, you know. I'm going to start off with a darker shade. Then I'm going to dip into that lighter shade and just kind of buff the lighter purple into the inner, more towards the inner corners. And yeah, and don't mind me. I don't know why I didn't edit this part out. I'm not that good. Sometimes I don't know how to edit stuff without it looking crazy. So I think that's why. But this is the mascara. It's called Bold Lash. I really tried to get this to work. It wasn't working for me. It was not working for me. I don't know why it wasn't working, but it just wasn't working for me. I tried. It made them darker. It didn't necessarily make them thicker. It didn't necessarily make them longer. It just made them darker. But it didn't promise to do any of those other things. It just said Bold Lash. So for $1, it's a mascara. So this is just one of their loose shimmering pigments in Snow White. I thought it'd be good for the inner corners. It came with a brush. It's kind of capped off, so it really doesn't like leave a huge get powder everywhere, what a lot of loose pigments do. But I don't know if it was the brush. I don't know if I need to play with it a little bit more, but I couldn't really get it to show up like I wanted it to. So I don't know. It's just something I'm gonna have to play with. I don't let makeup go to waste over here. So this is just a double-ended eyeliner. One side is white, one side is black. I liked it, and I bought it because sometimes I like white eyeliner at the bottom, and sometimes I like black eyeliner at the bottom. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. Actually, it depends on if it's late at night or if it's morning. So let's just keep it real. If it's during the day, I'm probably got white eyeliner or a nude eyeliner at the bottom. But yeah. Nothing too fancy going on right here. Don't mind my silly goose of a daughter. Don't mind her. So this is a lip liner in neutral. This was definitely worth my coins, even though it's a pencil and I'm 24 years old and I don't own a pencil sharpener and I had to buy one for this pencil specifically, but it's all cool. It is all cool. I liked it. It's a perfect nude, and this Poute lip gloss, and it's in the color Let's Kiss. It's gorgeous. I loved it. It's really sticky, but I mean it's really sticky. It has the consistency of the color pops. Their newer lipsticks. The newer liquid lipsticks, not the matte ones, but you know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, this is my look, y'all. It cost $11.49. This is an $11.49 face, and I'm so proud of it. And yeah, it's been real, guys. Y'all join me next time for the next episode of Cheap Face. All right, guys. See y'all next time.